Have you ever wondered whether you can just plant an apple seed and grow your own apple tree that is truly productive? It's a logical question, and one I hope to answer today. So stick around. If you're like me, you've probably finished an apple or a pear, looked at all those seeds and said, I should plant these and grow my own orchard. Why would someone purchase a fruit tree when they can just plant seeds and grow their own? Well, commercially, fruit trees are almost never grown from seed, actually. Instead, trees are propagated clonally, using cuttings, grafting, or other methods of asexual reproduction. In this respect, production of perennial fruits differs from the production of vegetables and grains. Most vegetables and grains are propagated from seed, and this means that each plant retains a certain level of genetic individuality. Perennial fruits, on the other hand, are grown from cuttings or grafts, and because of this, we can rightfully say that all Bartlett trees, for instance, are actually clones with the exact same DNA. This means that a Bartlett growing in New York will be genetically identical to a Bartlett growing in England. And it also means that all the Bartlett trees worldwide have descended unchanged from the same mother tree. But what happens if you take one of those Bartlett pears, you save the seed, and you grow that seed? Here's where things get really interesting. You see, when plants produce seed, God has programmed them to combine the genetics from an egg cell with the genetics found in a pollen grain. It's like an egg and sperm uniting in humans. So, with fruits, the plant that grows from the seed will not be genetically identical to either parent, just like a child is not genetically identical to either of his parents. Now, if you're looking for variation, this is good. But if you're trying to reproduce the fruit that you purchased from the grocery store, this is not so good. You can plant the seeds of a store-bought fruit and they will grow very well. They will even produce fruit many times. But because of the way fruit tree genetics work, the fruit they produce will not be exactly the same as the one you purchased. And in most cases, it will be inferior, often drastically so. You see, it takes years of breeding and careful selection to produce a fruit variety such as the Bartlett pear. If you save a random seed, plant it and grow it, the odds of that tree producing high-quality fruit such as Bartlett is very slim. We had a neighbor when I was younger. She was an avid gardener, and just like you or I might do, she was growing an apple tree. But this was a seedling apple tree. It had come from a Fuji apple that she had purchased. The tree was vigorous. She planted it out in her yard, and after several years, it blossomed and fruited. You might expect the fruit to look like a Fuji apple, since that's where the tree had come from. But let me show you what fruit it produced. Yes, these are the fruit that came from this seedling tree, even though the seeds had been taken from a large, beautiful Fuji. Friends, this tree was a grand experiment, but most of us need to know that our fruit trees will produce large, high-quality fruit the first time. This is why trees are grafted. This is why trees are cloned. And this is also why it's so important that you understand the principles behind successful fruit production. I have an email mailing list, and I'd like to invite you to join. Look in the description of this video. You'll find a link where you can click, where you can enter your name and email and be on board. And if this video clip might answer some questions that some of your gardening friends have about fruit trees, go ahead and share it and keep learning.